Hey, what's up all you action figure lovers out there? MasterMarvel's back at it once again, bringing you another action figure review. Tonight we're going to take a look at the Marvel Legends, Spider-Man No Way Home wave, the Armadillo Build-A-Figure wave. We're looking at Spider-Man the integrated suit, Spider-Man the black and the gold suit, Jonah Jameson, and Doctor Strange. So yeah, I've already got all these opened up and laid out with the accessories, Build-A-Figure pieces. Some of the accessories I've already switched up on them. Hands, heads, stuff like that, just to suit what I wanted them to look like. But yeah, we're going to talk about these, and this is also going to be a spoiler if you haven't seen this movie already. So you may not want to watch this video if you haven't seen that. I would hate to lose you as a viewer, but I still got to talk about this. So first of all, I want to say I love this suit right here. This is probably my favorite Spider-Man so far. And it's mainly because it has something to do with that matte red on there. Just there's something about it doesn't look like plastic. It almost looks like it should feel fuzzy, like textured. I mean, seriously, it looks like fabric almost. So they did a really good job there. The suit, it's nothing special. It's nothing new. It's not a new suit. And so this isn't really accurate, but it'll do for a Spider-Man costume if you just want to, you know, that's what I'm going to do. It's still going to be a suit, but really what that actually is, it's not the integrated suit. I want to say it's the suit before that, the suit he was using in Far From Home. It's just that suit turned inside out. That's all the circuitry and the wires and stuff that you're seeing there, supposed to be that. So, you know, to spoil that, that's a bummer. And then, of course, Jonah Jameson. Not just a cameo, not just a face that we've seen. I mean, he's actually in it quite a bit. I do like this. I mean, it's... You know, the one that we've seen from the old Tobey Maguire days, you know, he had the flat top hair. He wasn't bald like that, but I guess I'm cool with that. I mean, it would kind of be ridiculous to have, you know, it's hard to kind of mix him into dimensions. I don't know how that really worked out. Is he in our timeline? Is he from their timeline? Is he the same guy in each timeline? You know, just one's bald, one's not. I don't know how they're going to mess with that, if they're going to mess with it at all. Just leave that alone. It's Jonah Jameson, and he's here. So that's awesome. I'm happy to have him. This Doctor Strange right here. Doctor Strange, also a really big role in the Spider-Man movie. It was really cool to see him help Spider-Man and even fight him. There was a fight scene between them two at one point in time, which was really awesome because Spider-Man held his ground and kicked some ass, which was cool. But that might just be the best Doctor Strange figure that we've gotten so far as the MCU ones go, because, I mean, that looks exactly like Benedict Cumberbatch. And I don't know. There's something I really like about that one right there. So I'm eager to see that movie. Not as eager as I was to see this movie. This movie blew my mind. It was so freaking fantastic. If you haven't got a chance to see that yet, I implore, go watch this movie. Watch it again and again if you have to. It is so worth it, man. Really. So just to get out of the way real quick, I want to talk about, you know, obviously this one was packed in. He's a pack-in. No Build-A-Figure pieces come with him. With the, I almost called him Miles Morales here, but the black costume Spider-Man, you get the left leg of Armadillo. With Jonah Jameson, you get the left arm, and with Doctor Strange, you get the head. So I'm going to go ahead and get those out of the way, because they're really not an issue until we get to that guy. But now we're going to do some close-ups here, because I'm telling you guys about this wicked-ass Spider-Man here. And it just really is good. I love the articulation on it. It's got good stiff joints, but they move nice. And there's decent range in the butterfly joints. Not a whole lot of crunch and stuff like that. You know, I mean, you're not going to get this guy in a super crouched pose like you would maybe like our, what was the 80-year Spider-Man that we got? Not even 80-year. It was the retro wave Spider-Man. anyways. But this guy looks really good. And I'm probably just going to have him standing just like that. I mean, for a little dude, he looks pretty badass. Now, in the next movie, or if they end up doing even one from the movie, at the end of the movie, he was kind of basically rocking his original costume, but it kind of had a metallic look to it. If they give us that figure right there, that is probably going to be my Spider-Man in my MCU. Like, I don't know if I'll switch him out again, which sucks because we get really, really good ones like this, and it sucks to kind of have to just trash them. And I'm not trashing them, but, you know, they just get put off into a drawer somewhere. You know, it's just like with the homemade suit one was really good, but where do you put it? The Night Monkey version, the black suit that he wore, yeah, it's really cool, but where are you going to put it? You know what I'm saying? So, the Iron Spider, which was cool when he fought Doc Ock, that was pretty fucking awesome. So, yeah, really love this figure right here, man. Really love it. Really love it. Now, this one, like I said, just because it's not really film accurate, it is just another Spider-Man suit, though, that you can kind of just, you know, maybe pretend it's just kind of something that he used for whatever, I guess, because otherwise, I mean, it would have been a really cool figure had this suit been accurate, and there'd been some, you know, but knowing what it is and knowing what this is now, it just, it's just not all there. Now, I'm not going to spoil every bit of that movie and tell you guys exactly everything that happened, because I'm not going to do that. I'm only going to talk about stuff that's relevant to the action figures themselves. So, yeah. Just have a look here. I mean, it looks cool. It does look cool. But this is another one of those that's just kind of, he's not going to really get any shelf life. I mean, maybe for now, you know, he'll just kind of be sitting around as something that's recently been opened. But once it goes to putting my shelf and all that back together and getting guys where they need to go, this guy's going to need to go in a drawer somewhere probably. So that is unfortunate, but that's the way it goes. Got to make room for the main display. Alright, so Jonah Jameson, this is the head that he came with in the package. Just a neutral look on his face, but still stern. And I think the likeness here is really spot on. It really is. I mean, this looks like, oh, what is his name? Something Abraham. Maybe. I know this guy's name, and I just can't think of it right now. But yeah, I really like this head sculpt, and I might end up actually putting that one back on there. But just for the fun of it, you know, for the beginning shot and for the review, I put on the more angry face. I mean, why not? Because they gave us this pointer finger. He does have two open slapping hands, and I mean, you switch this out, what good is that? I mean, for him to have an open hand, I don't know. You might as well just leave the finger on, unless you can find another, but you could. You could switch it out for a Doctor Strange gripping hand if you wanted to. I'm sure that would work. Yeah, the flesh tone's basically the same, or you can even use one of these hands here from Doctor Strange. But that's if you just had to really do something like that. I mean, I like that they got the sculpt of the ring on his finger there. If you can see that, his ring. I like it when they put that little bit of attention to detail on there. And I'm used to having the coats where they're not actually buttoned like that, you know, so you can get more articulation out of that ab crunch. But they got that buttoned down like that, so you're really not going to get much out of this guy, except for some finger pointing, man, or some butt digging, or, you know, you can get in there, smell that finger, or dig in that nose. You don't even know. We don't want to see all that. So, but yeah, I mean, it is Jonah Jameson, and I am happy to have one. He's one of those that's hard to place. Like, where do you really place this guy? You know, he's not a criminal, so you really can't, you know, put him in with the villains and the bad guys. but he's not exactly a good guy. He's not a hero, and he's no real friend of Parker or Spider-Man. So, yeah, it's just one of those deals. Where do you place Jonah Jameson? I mean, I guess we could put him with the good guys, but he needs to learn to watch his mouth, right? Come on, leave Spider-Man alone. But love that guy though, great actor. Doctor Strange, he's got the most hands. See, okay, I want to bring that back real quick. Let me bring that back around the table here. Now, speaking of which, they're probably on the floor now or something. Oh, there's one. I'll find the other one in a little bit, but I want to talk about Spider-Man and his little freaking 2 sets of hands that he gets. That's crap. I wish they would stop doing that because they know that it drives us crazy, but every Spider-Man figure should come with at least 3 sets of hands. Fist, whipping, and wall-crawling hands. That's what we need for Spider-Man. We need those wall-crawling hands. We're always asking for those. I mean, come on. You can give Jonah Jameson some bitch-slapping hands. How about some wall crawlers? Alright, let's get to Doctor Strange. So, these are nice, the magical effects. They're actually stuck to the fingers, so you can switch them out whole hand in order to get rid of them, so they don't just come off. The cape's nice. It just slips over the shoulders as a peg hole. Fits in there snug. It's not loose. It's not going to fall off. The Eye of Agamotto, it could fall off, but I don't think it's going to. And I always love that piece. That's always one of my favorite artifacts that he has, magical artifacts. But these are nice. I'm liking these. It's kind of like Iron Man with the pulsar blasters. Like, every freaking Iron Man you get is going to have pulsar blasters effects. That's just like Doctor Strange. Anytime you get him, you need the effects. Otherwise, it's just kind of like wasted opportunity, I think. But again, with that head sculpt on here, like this is as good as, let me get my camera up here real quick. This is as good as Benedict as you can get, man. Seriously, that is fantastic. That's fantastic. Like, I'm not even sure Hot Toys and stuff like that has done that good of a job. I mean, especially compared to the other ones that we've gotten so far of Doctor Strange. I mean, the first one goes back to the first movie, which was highly desired, but it wasn't that great. And I never did end with that one. That was the Dormammu Build-A-Figure wave. And then they came out with one from, I want to say it was either in-game. It could have been in-game. But that one was better. It just still wasn't quite there. This is definitely going to be my Doctor Strange that goes on the shelf. For sure. Because he just looks fantastic. And great job in the movie. I mean, I really love how they're giving some airtime to characters. And another thing that really excites me is that I've kept myself from doing it for a long time, but now I'm about to just go ahead and break anyway. I have been keeping my MCU figures display separate from my Fox cinematic ones and my Sony cinematic ones. Well, now, the next time I set my shit up, I'm not holding back anymore. Definitely 100%. All that stuff is joining and stuff, like Daredevil. Now, I don't want to spoil that either. Daredevil, Matt Murdock, Netflix, MCU, tie-ins. And if I'm not mistaken, I haven't completely watched it because I haven't had time, and it really hasn't drawn my interest too much yet. But I believe the Hawkeye TV series on Netflix, on Disney Plus, has a tie-in with Fisk, possibly. I've been seeing some Fisk on social media, so there's a tie-in somewhere, and yeah, so in Marvel Studios, MCU, Fox, Sony, no longer doing their own thing. We have come together. Tom Hardy, whatever the fuck, Venom, yeah, bringing it to the table now, going in the display. So that's all I'm gonna say Anyways, that's it for these figures right now. Just for fun, I'm going to go ahead and bring this guy out because I did review him earlier. Quick size comparison because he is still relevant. He just wasn't in this movie. Not saying that he's never going to come back, because we don't know that. And I thought there was already plans and talk of him appearing in something else, so who knows what the future will bring. Anyways, if you guys like this video, hit that like button. Go ahead and leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think of this video and what you guys think of these figures in this wave so far. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Go ahead and you get all my latest videos, the little notification bell, you ding and that whole, all that shit. You know what I'm talking about. Alright, I'm going to get on to the next one. I'm excited. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.